Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real on the Real, where we give you all of the dirt on our favorite reality TV shows. And tonight we are going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 13, Reunion, Episode 3, the last one. How
The
y'all
very
doing?
last.
Great. We're ready to get into this tea.
Okay, my name is Yuchana.
And I'm IJ.
And I'm Dior.
All right, so we begin this episode back to Bologate. That's what the whole season's been centered around. We're hopefully gonna conclude what happened during this final episode. So it starts off with Andy talking about Kenya and how
I like to
she.
say something.
Mhm.
This is Bolo Court, and court's in session, and I will be the judge today.
Kenya starts. They do a montage of Kenya grilling everyone, trying to find out who was having sex with Bolo, what happened, and it was pretty funny the way that they hashed it all together. And they also asked her why was she so obsessed with finding out what exactly went on.
And I know why she did it, and I kind of understand why Kenya did it. I think she's the only one that remembered that this is a reality TV show, and she knows in order for the reality TV show to film and to have people watching and bring in new people and be a great television show that people want to watch, it had to be worth watching. And so she knew this storyline was going to bring it.
It really
And,
did.
and I think that that's why she kept it going to the point where it just became, rather destructive.
Yeah, and she also made a good point when she said that if it were her, they wouldn't let up, which is true. There's such a animosity between Portia and Kenya, and Kenya and a lot of the other girls that
But
that they wouldn't have let it go. Like even when she was Miss Chocolate and she spread her legs wide, they wouldn't let that go. That simple little thing. So I can understand her just feeding into it, and it also made for really good TV because if you
right.
think about it, if that didn't happen, it would have been about Cynthia's wedding and that's it, and
Ugh.
Drew's stupid shenanigans. So
um, but you know what? Even Candy felt that what Kenya was doing was wrong, and she
mhm,
did verbalize it to Kenya a couple of times. But Kenya's her own person. She's going to do what she wants to do, and she's
mhm,
just going to go with it, and that's what she did.
Yeah,
right.
and I mean, I get that they're on a show and this is their job, but
Mhm.
I mean, they were celebrating her friend's upcoming wedding. Like, I just felt like she could have just respected that a little bit and just, like they made they all, I guess she didn't agree, but everyone else agreed to cover the
Cameras.
cameras and what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. And even though some of them had discussions about it, which is what you do like after a night of fun, a lot of them were doing it off camera, so that didn't even really count. But
Mhm.
And the only
I
other
was
thing that
really, really, really obsessed with it, and that just kind of to me is causing her character into question, just because where do you draw the line between what you do for the show or your job and just your real life.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I
also
think that
think it
some
had
of
to
the
do with
women didn't want
Portia.
their sexuality brought out. That's kind of private. They didn't want it brought out. And so
But yeah, but
for them,
you're on camera. Like,
no,
come
the
on.
cameras were off and the
No,
people were
we saw
gone.
what was going on,
Yeah, and they thought the camera was
but
off.
they weren't off, and they
Yeah,
should
but
have
they
known.
thought the
We
camera
we
was
saw
off.
them from outside looking in, and we heard what was going on. So they
Yes.
should have known that this is reality TV. They're gonna try to get the dirt. Like, come
No,
on.
they thought the camera was off.
Hmm.
And so
And even
that's,
Andy seemed like he felt like there was a line,
yeah,
like everyone covered up the cameras, the crew had left. So I mean, even he was just like he felt like it should have just
yeah. I
Yeah, but
think
the
the
crew
thing
party.
didn't.
about
That's why I
Bolo,
didn't
it's fine
understand
to
what
bring
Andy was
that
saying.
out, But to
Crew didn't
to
leave.
bring out the thing about Bolo, that's fine. But I think to bring out their private lives, sexual private lives that they don't have out there,
Well, like
that
what?
one was taken too far. But you know what? It
What did
is
she bring out?
like some of the women didn't want other people to know that they were bisexual.
Who?
Where
Yeah. The one um
Drew? I
Ken,
mean, Toya?
Latoya, yeah.
They she was it was on camera her kissing Portia.
I don't think. I mean, I didn't think that anyone who, besides Drew, maybe who kissed another girl, like had
Care.
any. Like, I don't feel like they care.
And
Really.
it was on camera. We saw it on camera.
Mm.
I
But
did.
besides the Bolo thing, anything else?
Um,
They brought up the profit situation.
well, we finally found out that Portia did sleep with Bolo. You know, Marlo did find out from Candy. Candy finally kind of admitted that yes, I did tell Marlo, and she was like, if I would have known that they weren't getting along, then I would have never told Marlo because she thought that her and Portia were still tight, and at the time they were, but soon after when she became friends with Kenya, they weren't. So she was like, if I would have known that there was a rift between you two, and you kind of would have used it against me, then I wouldn't have said anything.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know.
Right.
So
For a minute there, I thought Candy was regressing back to how she was feeling about Portia. But Candy, being the stand-up boss bitch that she is, she said, you know what, I won't forget, but I've moved on, but I won't forget. That's for Candy to say that, that was huge to me because I don't know if we could ever forgive something like that, you know. But it's like Marlo was trying to dig and get Candy. Marlo and Kenya were trying to dig to get Candy to come back to that place when that has nothing to do with what happened at this Bologate. Yeah. So I think that was good. And then it was funny how they tried to bring Drew into it, but Drew was like, "Yeah, you guys just step back." And I mean, I'm happy it's done. It's over with. We don't have to hear it anymore.
Yeah, no, that was good.
But it was funny when when Portia said to Kenya, you know, if you pay this much attention to Mark, then he wouldn't have left you.
Well, she really can't say that.
I thought that was a low blow.
But she really can't say that because she could have came back and said, well, if you would have paid that much to Dennis, then he would have cheated on you 2 to 3 times. So you
But
really
she doesn't
can't.
care about Dennis. That's the
She did.
problem.
Oh, she did at
Kenya
the time.
cares about Mark.
No, she did at the time. She was hurt when he did that.
Yeah, she was hurt at the time, but she's over it.
Yeah, but you can still come back and say the same thing. So I mean, it doesn't really count what she said. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. But the whole Drew and Toya thing with the prophet, like what really drove me crazy is when Drew was like, "Let us pray." She's like, "I'm feeling some type of way about."
Oh my goodness, that was over the top.
That was I wanted to smack the nonsense out of her.
I would have sat for that prayer because still like you still didn't tell us anything at the
right, and you were still lying. And Kenya was right when she said this is blasphemy because it straight up was. It was acting. It was acting. She wasn't praying during that whole season when she kept on bringing it up time and time over again.
We never got to see it. They could have cut it out. That's one thing we have to know. Remember, they could have cut it out.
She was not praying at that that pop-up shop when she was talking nonstop about it. She was not praying at that party, the gift exchange, when she was talking nonstop about it. She's just, that's one reason why I do not like her. She's such a liar. And she just makes stuff up. Like,
it was funny gotten caught up way too many times this season.
Huh?
I said she's gotten caught up way too many times.
Right.
And then, I mean, yeah, I feel like she's really trying really, really hard.
Yeah.
I guess some of her cast members have said she's good for the show, but she's just annoying because like you're trying to make drama out of everything that's not drama. You're trying to insert yourself into different things, and it's really. I wanted to like her, but
Yeah.
I know, I did
I could not
too.
see.
I don't dislike her. I just don't care.
I dislike her. I
I would
can't
rather
stand
have
people who
Trudy
lie
come
like
back.
that. She's thirsty.
Did you hear me?
No.
Yes.
I said I'd
Tootie.
rather have Trudy come back.
I think it's Tootie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tootie
Trudy.
from Facts of
Trudy,
Life.
yeah. Packs it up.
She
I'd
has a
rather have her
show
come back.
on Netflix, so I don't think she's coming back.
Right, right.
I'd rather have her come
Trudy,
back.
I can't
But
believe that she ever went on the show. That was a shock.
I
That
know.
was crazy, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Remember how rude Kenya was to her? Wow.
Yeah, that was mean. That was
If
not her.
Kenya would have ever tried any of that bullshit with me,
Pull my chair from under me, like it would have been.
She did it to Tootie because she felt like she could, and Tootie didn't do anything, which is too bad.
But she should. I just
I know it was bad. That was,
respected her, but I guess
yeah.
they're the same age, aren't they? Or
I probably because I mean Kenya looks fantastic. She's 50. Like all of those women look really good.
mm-hmm.
they do.
Yeah.
They look fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
They look fabulous. But Marlo, I think Marlo fat shaming Portia. I was like, please, Marlo.
When she just got lipo herself.
Just
I
like she
know.
said, you need to go get lipo.
I know.
And I think because they wouldn't let that go with her, they kept on bringing it up, talking about lipo. So I think that's why she said that too.
I know, but I don't think Portia would look right with lipo. She's already slender on top, and then they would probably mess up the rest of the bottom legs, making
You
sure
think
legs.
that's real?
Oh
Because
my
did you
God.
see? Wait, no. Did you see the flashbacks of when
Her
Portia?
bottom was thick when she
It
in the
was
flash.
not thick.
Yes, and if you look at her mom is shaped the same exact way.
When they did those clips of Portia and Kenya going at each other, Portia was this big and she had no ass.
No, she was slender
I
on top.
watched and I
Go
rewound.
back and look at them.
I watched and
I
rewound.
spotted that right away. Go back
No,
and
she
look.
was not thick.
This
She
is the
was
time period
thin.
where we need to show our screen, have a pop-up, of Portia. Yeah.
When she called Kenya ashy and she was walking across the street.
Yeah, her butt was big back
barely
then.
had a
you
butt.
see.
She had just like a that's it.
No. And she was it's amazing what 7 years does.
It's too much. She it wasn't even 7 years. It was like year 3 to 4. She blew
No, they said
up.
7. They said 7 years. Plus, she's had a baby. No,
No, it was. She's been this big for a while. Let's keep it real. I remember when she went to Cancun or whatever, and that guy came over, to the pool, and she was in the bathing suit. Back then, she blew up. I mean, she looks good. There's no doubt about it. But I'm just wondering, is that all real? I don't know.
What are you looking at?
No, it's real because most people, you don't get fat injections in your thighs. Portia's thighs are the same size as her butt.
No, her butt is much bigger than her thighs.
Mm-mm.
That's why she has an hourglass figure, because it goes like this. I mean, who knows? She knows. She's the only one who knows, and her doctor.
And her mom shaped the same way too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was funny though how Andy had to just keep stopping them. Like he was just getting so frustrated with all the arguing or them, I guess, going into topics that he didn't really want them to go into. So it was funny how he was moderating. Because he was just enough.
Right, yeah. I think the reason why Marlo was so mad because she was really hurt about what happened to the relationship. Because she kept on saying off camera, when the show wasn't filming, they hung out. So I think she was hurt that their relationship ended the way that it did. And she didn't understand.
I wonder why though did it end? What happened?
I don't know.
The other thing I thought that we should talk about was how for a minute there, I felt like that Kenya was really upset.
About Portia and her
Portia and her not
relationship.
being friends.
I did
Hmm.
too. You know,
Yeah,
I think
I,
she was
I,
disappointed.
yeah, I feel like she was disappointed and angry because I think she put herself out there, and then Portia's like, nah, I don't want to be your friend anymore, and just dropped things and just didn't respond. Probably just didn't respond to phone calls or anything like that, and it just turned sour from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, she probably thought, okay, we can do something now. We can make something. Nini's off the show. We can be friends or at least cordial to each other. And that's one of the things I just didn't understand. Portia didn't give me a real enough reason as to why things went sour. But she did say, I saw the way you were treating people that I know, and I just didn't like it. And I just decided I didn't want to be your friend anymore. And maybe I
Mm-hmm.
should have called you and said, this is how I'm feeling, but she didn't. And I feel like she got hurt. I feel like Kenya did get hurt from that.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya forgave Candy for kikiing with Portia, but didn't forgive Portia for kikiing with Candy about her and
Well, I
how
think
she,
because her and Candy had more of a real relationship.
yeah, so that
So,
would mean stop kikiing about me. Why would you kiki about me?
mhm.
And was Marlo and Portia really friends?
I think so. I think at least Marlo thought that.
Mm. But did you hear Marlo was on? Marlo doesn't play. She was just like, no, I don't really trust her.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she said they had already talked about it, so
And she didn't go over her
safe to
house
say on
because,
it.
yeah. So this leads me to think that when they're not taping, these ladies don't hang out.
I think some of them do and some of them don't,
Hmm.
you know. But I think it's like that with every show. I think every reality show, some people hang out together and others don't, you know.
Mm, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was really it. Just
Mm-hmm.
And
it's been two episodes,
the
or
cutest thing when Drew's husband came out, he was loving it, wasn't he? Though,
yeah, and
he was like, "I'll take it out."
Candy was so happy when she got that crab cake.
She was.
So was Portia because they were eating,
She's
weren't
ready to
they?
dig in.
I was
But I
cracking.
thought that was a nice ending
That
to
was good. That was
it.
really
And to
good.
have him serve them. That was like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
He
eager
was,
on that one show that that one episode when she threw the little party. He was so eager to serve them.
Yeah, he
uh-huh.
was.
It was nice
He
to have
was.
him.
I bet he was geeked.
And he was, yeah, he was the only husband on there,
Yeah,
right?
the only one.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Well, who else are you going? Who else has a husband? I mean, Todd.
Candy
I mean, he's
and
boring.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear
Well,
Cynthia
you
and
know
Hill.
what? Mike has a show in Atlanta now.
Oh, what's the show?
It's some sports show. So he's on the sports show in Atlanta. So I think that's
Mm.
part of the reason why he agreed to move there. I was listening to watching a watch what's happening live,
Okay.
and Marlo and who else was on there? But they were talking about it, and they asked, so do you guys think? Andy asked, do you think that Cynthia will ever get a post nup? And Marlo was like, no, she's just too happy to try to stir up some controversy between the two of them. So she doesn't think that they will.
I
Yeah.
hope she doesn't need it. I really hope she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they were
Christian.
saying now that Mike has his new show, he might be making more money than Cynthia, so maybe she shouldn't do a post note.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I told you guys that last week, Uchenna.
No, I watched it. Watch what's happening live.
Oh,
Mm.
well, that's where I saw it from last week.
Oh, okay.
Christian's birthday is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be cute to take a trip to Blaze?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And goes to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then ask them if they've seen our show. Can we get a free meal? We review.
We'll do
That
a
would be fun.
review.
So this is the last episode for Real Housewives. That's it.
I know,
So
and we
I
should have done
thought,
something special, right?
yeah, we should have cheers to it.
I
So
We can do our imaginary.
Yeah, we could do. Here's to season 13.
Did
Shajan.
you finally get a look at her rings?
Yeah, yeah. All of their rings are really nice. Porsche's was really cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's so cute.
hmm
Oh.
Yeah, so this was a good season. A lot of drama. And then it'll be interesting to see what happens next season. You know, will
It'll be
Nene come
interesting to
back?
see who they bring back. Or
Yeah. Will
Ooh, who
Toya
do you
come
think they're gonna
back?
be? Well, you know, Kenya will be back, Portia will be back, Candy will be there.
Drew will be back. But will Latoya? Will Marlo be upgraded to a real housewife? Or
No,
will
she's
she
not a
be?
housewife.
Yeah, but neither is
most of them.
most of them. Yeah. Well, now most of them are
Well,
now, right?
actually, yeah.
Yeah, they all are. They're all married. This is the first time in a long time where everyone's except for Portia.
Yeah,
Portia's
Portia's not
not.
married.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, this was good. It's sad to say goodbye to the girls on Sunday
Yeah.
night, but starting next week we have Shaw's. We could start reviewing Shaw's of Sunset.
We can see. Wait, it hasn't started yet?
It starts this Sunday.
Mhm.
Oh.
I mean, we got to
Well,
fill in something because I think this is the last week of Married at First Sight, also. So.
oh my God, yeah, definitely.
Finally.
I did watch the Shaws.
Oh, it came on already.
No, it was the preview to the season. I watched it this morning while working out.
Mm-hmm.
And it just gave a rehash of what the last season was. You know, Mercedes had her baby,
Mm-hmm.
Gigi had her baby,
Right.
and so it's going to be full of drama. These are reality people on speed,
Mm-hmm.
mixed with a little bit of meth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Meth because they're crazy as hell.
And some coke.
Yes,
For Wired. Yeah.
because these people are crazy. I used to think that they were super rich. Then I found out, oh, they're not. They're just regular.
Mm-hmm.
They might have a little bit more money than regular, but really rather regular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
nothing lavishly rich about them.
Mm-hmm. Well, ladies, this was a good recap. It was short and sweet, which we've been trying to do. Right. So we will see everyone on Thursday where we had the last episode. Is it going to be the last episode because they played us last week because it wasn't on?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they do, this could just be decision day, or it could be decision day and the reunion.
Oh, okay. So we might have two.
That's
more
what
weeks.
we
Probably
don't know.
just decision day. Yeah. Okay.
Played us extra hard last
They
week.
really did. It was so dumb. I just watched our show instead of having those people on.
I know. And I almost after the show ended, I was still watching, waiting for it to come on.
Oh, I know. I checked.
I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I was like, they could have kept that to themselves because there's nothing that they were saying that I hadn't already seen and watched.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, all right,
Well,
ladies. Do you already want to take it away?
Yes, please like us, subscribe, and comment below.
Hello.
And turn on your notifications.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.
Bye.